Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Advocate Maema.
Good afternoon, Chairperson.
Good afternoon, Dr. Chauke. You are still under oath, sir.
Indeed, Chairperson.
You may proceed, Advocate Nkcukaitobi.
Mr. Maema, we had finished 1A142. Can we turn to 1A143?
One A143.
Yes.
I am there, Council.
There is a picture there on the right. Do you have any recollection of where that picture could have related to?
This picture on the right, we had actually worked out who the members are.
No, I understand, but I want to know which scene, what...
Oh,
which,
yes.
Yeah.
This is a scene at the homestead at the north of Durban.
Yes.
Council, if you could just bear with me, I will tell you
that's
what
fine. Yes.
scene this is. It's a scene in Melmoth. I'm just looking for the Melmoth.
Melmoth.
dock.
Okay, yes.
We'll go to the summary of substantial facts.
Melmoth is 23 November 2008. Biela, Bongani Biela, and Kanyisani Biela.
So
That's the Melmoth docket,
That's
CAS
the Mel-
142/11/2008.
that's the accounts referred to in the dockets referred to in count 39 to 52 of the docket because we refer to the prosecution memo. Let me go to the prosecution memo.
Before that, you said it's in relation to count 2 in the prosecution memo.
I said it's in relation to no, it's not count 2. Count 39 to 52. Melmoth case 142 of 11 of 2008. It's an incident that
Yes.
happened on the 23rd of November
Yes.
2008.
You are describing this scene from your memorandum. Where do you get the information that you are referring to now?
Chairperson, it is in the indictment.
Where is it? Were you reading from something or you're just explaining? So that we can look at the document if you have it right away.
Yes. Madam Chair, the easiest is just to go back to the prosecution memorandum,
prosecution memo, yeah.
because that's the document we have in front of us. The memorandum was at 7:1, well, it starts at 7:10. Mr. Maema, just go back to,
Is GSM 75?
yes, GSM 75.
Yes.
And it's at page A1711.
711.
Yes, and then by
Yes.
reference to that, then maybe you can tell us
A1
That it starts at A1, sorry, 1A711.
711 is file 3.
Yes, your memorandum, the prosecutorial memo, GSM 75.
Listen, my GSM ends at 60.
No, but you had it before the adjournment.
Yes. Yes. It is in the second file.
File 2.
It's
File 1?
3. It is marked file 3 of 3.
Or GSM 75. On file 3, I
Yes.
see it.
Yeah, so the Melmoth is referred to at 1A713 under paragraph 8.
Melmoth is referred to under paragraph 8 on the are members of the Ketomena SVC. But you see a woman in a pink top and a navy blue skirt who one can see on the picture that is crying, whilst the Ketomena SVC members are raising their arms in celebration. She is crying, mourning the death of Bongani. It's a relative of Bongani Velapi Biela and Kanyisani Biela, who just lost their lives on the 23rd of November 2008.
Yes, perhaps to assist you, Mr. Mayem, I should take you to the actual NPA documents. We'll come back to the Sunday Times, but
Okay.
it's 1A352 where Melmoth starts.
1A?
352. File 2.
In file 2.
GSM 29.
I am there, Counsel.
Yes. Let's just wait for the panel.
So if on GSM
29.
29,
Yes, that's the entire Melmoth photograph album.
Chairperson, if one looks at the picture on A1-353.
Okay. Can we call them 1A, not A1?
Oh, yes. I keep on saying A1.
Yes, no, it will confuse the record.
It will, Chairperson. But remember, I'm a prosecutor who refers to dockets as A1, A2, A3. Yeah. 1A.
Yes, look, I don't know where that numbering comes from, but I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
All right, so the Melmoth photograph album starts at GSM 29, 1A352. So what are you saying we should do?
What I'm saying is the picture that
Please give me a second. You must remember, Counsel, that we have never gone through these files. We are seeing them for the first time. So we need to page through as you lead the witness. Just to familiarize ourselves with the contents of these documents.
Yes.
I'm seeing GSM 31.
GSM 29.
Yes, yes. No, no.
Is that correct? And then I see the same picture at A1, 1A 361, photo 10,
Correct.
and then again at 1A 359, photo 8,
Correct,
something
Madam
like
Chair.
that.
Yes, correct, Madam Chair. What I was simply saying to the witness is that the entire photo album, including the deceased, commences at 1A352.
352.
Yes,
Okay.
that's photo 1 of Melmoth.
Yes, I got it now.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think everyone has got it. So please proceed, Mr. Mayema. So I was bringing to your attention that Melmoth case 142/11/2008. The photo album commences at 1A352 under GSM 29. Then you can continue with your narrative then.
That is correct, Chairperson. What I was saying is that the photo that we see on 1A353 of a number of hearts there.
Yes.
One sees just on the stones there is a blanket that is covering. Chairperson, when you remove this blanket, when you remove this cover, you find the deceased who is lying on photo 1 on A1352.
On top of those rocks.
On top of those rocks, who's one of the Biela brothers, who is the deceased on the prosecution memo that I referred to on A1713. A1713. Incident on the table that happened on the 23rd of November 2008, Melmoth case 142/11/2008. So the deceased persons that we see depicted on these pictures are Bongani Velapi Biela as well as Kanyisani Biela. Now, what I wanted to say, Chairperson, is that the pictures that you referred to, that is 1A143, that we see again on.
So that picture you will see again at 1A359.
Yes, 359.
Yes. So if you compare the picture we've just looked at from the Sunday Times and 1A359.
Yes.
Yes. Are you saying they come from that incident, the shooting of the Biela brothers?
They come from the shooting of the Biela brothers, and the woman that we see with a blue
Now,
with a blue cloth covering the head and a pink T-shirt is the relative of the Biela brothers.
yes. Now, that lady, it's clearer in the Sunday Times article. She appears distraught and possibly crying.
Indeed, Chairperson, she is crying whilst the gentlemen appearing in the photos, which I say are members of the Ketomena SVC, are raising their arms in celebration.
Yes, we'll come back to their identification. So just to stick then to 1A 143. If you look at the...
But before you proceed there, Council, when you look at the scene there, I see that motor vehicle and the pictures of 4, 6, 7 and the lady. And then when you look at the earlier picture where there are randavels and a body covered with a blanket, is this the same area or is it different
Chairperson,
environment?
it is the same area. It is just on another side of the same area.
How do you know that? Have you been there?
We went to Melmoth and we spoke to witnesses there.
You went there.
Yes. Some of the witnesses, I will later specify who we spoke to at the Melmoth homestead.
Yes.
We visited.
It is enough. I mean, if you say you went there,
Yes.
you are familiar with the area.
Yes.
Because when you look at the pictures, they don't give a sense that the place is the same as the one that appears at 42 from the look of things. But if you...
That we have such a picture. Would you care to comment on that?
Chairperson, I agree it is quite bizarre, but it is what was reported to us that members of the SVC in Ketomena were celebrating, whilst the family member of the deceased is just next to them crying. At the same scene as well, there was also intake of alcohol. There is going to be a picture somewhere that will show them in the vicinity of the same vehicle enjoying alcohol, whilst a sad family member is sobbing in their presence.
I assume that as you went there to consult with the people, including the family, you would have taken statements to that effect.
Chairperson, we took from this scene specifically, we took a statement from a man that I refer to as Ubaba Biela, but he was actually a bit younger than I am.
But does the witness confirm what you are saying now in his statement?
He gives us a narrative of how the shooting that led to the two deceased persons meeting their death happened.
No, I'm talking about what you are describing to us now, describing these pictures, and that you say these people were there celebrating whilst the lady was distressed. You were not there, and you say you had gone there at one stage, and you then spoke to people there. I suppose
Yes.
you took statements of those people.
Statements were taken.
Who would have been in a position
Yes.
to describe the scene,
Indeed, Chairperson.
the celebration,
Yes.
while
Yes.
someone was in distress
Yes.
at the homestead of the deceased.
Yes.
You do have such a statement.
There is such a statement.
At one stage, Advocate Nkcukaitobi, you will refer us to that statement because we are now speaking to that aspect.
Yes, indeed. We will look specifically for that, but there is a statement which perhaps the witness can refer to right now, so that which is at GSM 30 at 1A 362. But that's given not by Ubaba Biela, but Umama Biela, African female. That also comes from that same incident, Melmoth Cas 14211, 2008. Do you have it, Mr. Mayem?
I am the chairperson.
Okay, take me there, please. Page
It's
Page A1,
A1,
1A-362.
162,
no, Madam Chair, 362.
362.
Yes.
Is that GSM 30?
GSM 30.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you.
Now, you said that you have a statement from a witness who describes what happened. Now, this statement here, if you go to 1A 363, she says, whilst we were sleeping, they were both, while we were sleeping there, we were both woken up by a strange noise outside the homestead yard, as if somebody was shooting. My husband stood up and opened the door.
Advocate Ngcukaitobi,
Yes.
isn't it better that the witness read the statement into the record? Or you
Yes.
think he might struggle with seeing the
Yeah,
handwriting?
it's possible that he can read it himself. I have no preference either way, but perhaps you should read it, Mr. Mayem.
Yes. Chairperson, on page 18-363, paragraph 3 of GSM 30,
Perhaps for completeness, you can
Can
start
start
at
at the
paragraph
beginning.
2.
Oh, yes, yes,
to put the context, yes.
yes, yes. Perhaps at the beginning, because there it describes who the deceased was and the relationship between the two of them.
Yes, Council.
Yes, yes.
Paragraph 2, Council, you said, eh?
No, I think start at the beginning, because that's
Oh.
where we know why she's giving the statement.
Okay. Chairperson, it's a statement of Bonguche Makhosazana Biela, who stays at Debe area, Melmoth, the very area that we are seeing the homestay. She says, I'm an adult female
Of the
of
above.
the above mentioned particulars, and I'm unemployed, and the deceased Bongani
Bongani Velapi.
Velapi Biela was my husband.
Yes.
Now, Bongani Velapi Biela is the deceased one on the incident referred to in Melmoth case 142 of 11 of 2008. One sees that on the prosecution memo on page 1A-713.
I've seen that. You may proceed.
On Thursday, the 22nd of November 2008, at 2:30 early morning, I was at my homestead, sleeping with my husband. Well, it says sleeping with my husband, the deceased. And in the same house, which is a rondavel. We were sleeping in a rondavel house. Paragraph 3.
Are you reading the same statement that I have? Because you seem to be reading something else.
I'm reading it in a. Perhaps I should read it the way it is.
Yeah, of course, you have to read it the way it is. You cannot edit it.
Well, I'm reading it in a way that it
Mr.
makes
Mayama,
sense.
please, just read the statement.
Yeah. On Thursday, the 28th of November 2008, at plus minus 02:30, I was at my homestead, sleeping with my husband, brackets deceased, in one and the same house, which is a rondavel house. Paragraph 3. Whilst we were sleeping there, we were both awoken up by strange noise outside the homestead yard, as if somebody was shooting. Paragraph 4. My husband stood up and opened the door, and he went out so as to see as to what was happening. While the deceased was already gone out of the house, some gunshots were heard, but I did not know as to who was being shot. Paragraph 5. I stood up and tried to go out to see as to what was happening, but immediately 3 males entered the house, entered my house, pointing big firearms at me, and there was enough torch lights. There was enough torch lights the house, and such torch were being in possession of those males, and it is also where I noticed that it was 2 Indians and 1 black male. Those males identified themselves as policemen from Durban, but they were not wearing police uniform. They then ordered me to sit down, and I complied with their instructions. Those males or policemen demanded my cell phone as well as my husband. As well as of my husband. They also demanded my husband by car, and I gave them all those things. All those items. My apologies, Counsel. Those policemen pulled me out of the house, and as I was outside, they then started assaulted me with open hands on my face and kicking me too in my buttocks. Paragraph 8. The policemen further demanded me to hand over to them my husband's firearm, but I denied. I denied the knowledge of any firearm. I further told them that the deceased do not have any firearm whatsoever. Paragraph 9. After that, they escorted me as far as to a certain police condo where they locked me inside it. It is where I noticed many police vehicles around my homestead. I could see a lot of policemen moving up and down at my homestead yard. At that stage, I had no knowledge as to what had happened to my husband, deceased. Paragraph 10. After some times, one of the Indian policemen, as well as one black policeman, came to me and ordered me to get up. Now, ordered me to get out of the condo. And they reported to me that they had already killed my husband. And they also told me that I should go and see him, brackets, the deceased. Paragraph 11. After having received such shocking message, I went to the scene, but I did not reach the scene as I became powerless. I do not know as to what happened to me, as I found myself sitting in other house together with my family members. Later, I was informed by my mother-in-law that my husband was shot dead. I also
Looks like it's lent out.
Yes. Lend out that.
learned out that a young man, Kanyisani Buthelezi, was also reported shot dead. I did not see the both Kanyisani and my husband after being killed. I later, there's a word written and then it's cancelled, made to understand, or I later made to understand that all the deceased were taken away by the mortuary van. I do not know the reason of the brutally attacked. According to my knowledge, my husband had no firearm. I did not see the person who shot the both deceased. I know and understand the content of this declaration. I have no objection in taking the prescribed oath. I consider the prescribed oath binding on my conscience. It is signed by Makosazane Biela. It is commissioned by Inspector. I cannot make out the name. At 11:20 on the 24th of November 2008.
Yes.
You remember the reason why we came where we are now is when we were dealing with the scene at Melmo, where we see at 18-143 those police officers with their hands raised up as if they were celebrating, and the lady on the extreme left sobbing seemingly in a distressed position. And you were trying to deal with that, and you said that you had been informed when you visited Melmoth by the witnesses as to what happened. They described this scene to you, and we were asking whether you had taken a statement clarifying that part that you had just explained to us.
Indeed, Chairperson.
And this statement does not go that far. It describes the killing. Or,
Yes.
Yes, but you have to take us back to that picture at page
I think the
1A.
yes, there's
143.
similar. Oh yes, there's 359, which is basically the same. 18359, which has the numbers, and then
The numbers on 1A-359 that we see 467 are the
no. I'm not taking you away from what the chair asked you, but I'm just saying that there is that picture which depicts the same people we see at 1A143. Because if you look at the lady there, she's in a different position. She's still crying, but in a different position.
And the vehicle is also still there,
Yes.
the Nissan Navara, Nissan, the Nissan Bucky.
The only difference is that in respect of the photo at 1A143, the officers seem to be in a joyous mood.
Yes.
You see that?
I see
But
that,
in
Chairperson.
the other one, photo 8 of 1A359, they are sitting there, one or two extreme right are smiling, the middle one with a blue t-shirt, folded arms,
Yes.
is looking in front of himself there, and the lady is still sobbing. You
Indeed,
can see that
Chairperson.
she is crying.
She is still crying, Chairperson.
Now, you were describing this 1A143, and that's where the issue of the statement arose. As you went to Melmoth, you said that witnesses spoke to you about the scene and you took statements. Maybe at the later stage, Advocate Ngcukaitobi,
Yes.
the witness will be in a position to find that statement so that we can make some progress.
Yes, Madam Chair. I think the statement, the witness had said there's a statement where a witness described to them how the killing happened. So I think that's the statement we've just read. But we've made note of the statement, particularly pertaining to this picture. Mr. Mayema, you'll recall the question that came from Advocate Baloymere, which is, it's bizarre that policemen are celebrating while there is a lady who's distraught next to them. Do you know why? And that's how we started here, that actually when you went there, witnesses told you that this is what happened.
Chairperson, we also found it very bizarre that police officers would be in this mood, jovial, celebrating, whilst a family member of the deceased, in fact, the wife of one of the deceased persons, is seated there sobbing. It is a contrast of feelings. The one the men there who are, the two of whom are celebrating, one with folded arms, whilst a wife of the deceased person is sobbing and crying the loss of her husband.
All right, thank you. I think we've got direction from the chair about how to deal with this part. I want to move on to 1A144, which is not the Sunday Times, but the Sunday Independent.
Which is just on the next page.
Which is the following page, yes. That seems to be the following year where the members of the Nkcukaitobi are taken to court on these charges. But can you describe that picture and who is there and what are they doing?
That picture shows very strangely the the former police commissioner, Nkabinde, who was at court during the bail application, openly in support of the members of the SVC at Ketomeni.
Why do you say that Nkabinde was openly in support of the, was it the shooters, the killers, the alleged killers?
Well, I'm saying it on the basis of the what was told to us when we were there. On the day of the bail application itself,
I think you have to tell us which court, because I see they are referring to court on 71 charges. Is it when the Katomena officers were charged? Or
that is their first appearance during the bail application at. I did not go to court to the court.
I'm asking Dr. Mayema, is it when those Katomena officers were charged and they went to court?
That is correct, Chairperson.
And presumably applied for bail.
Yes, they applied for bail when my colleague, Advocate Matenjo, opposed the bail application, which is a decision that we made as a prosecution team.
Yes, all right, thank you. I wanted to just clarify your answer when you said there is former Minister Nkabinde openly in support of the killers. Just to contextualize that.
Chairperson, it has been widely reported that the former police commissioner, General Nkabinde, went to this bail application in support of his main.
May I just ask, when you say it's widely reported that this was the case, where do we get the report from?
It was reported in the media after the bail application. He himself openly said he was there to support his main. He himself, former police commissioner Nkabinde, said he was there too. It was reported soon after the court bail application.
Yes, through you, Chair. Can we get the clip? Do you have something to show that this was, his support was widely reported in the media?
Chairperson, I was in court on the day in question, and I followed the media. There was a media report on the day that General Nkabinde was there. He was interviewed by the media, and he indicated himself that he was there to support his main.
I thought you earlier said that as regards this picture 1A-144, you were not in court.
I was not in court myself, but I followed the media reports as I was in the Northwest.
Oh, you were in a different court?
Yes, as I was.
Okay.
Chairperson, I could have attended the bail application if I was available.
No, let's not get there.
Yes.
Please, we are not blaming you for attending or not attending. You're just following your evidence.
Yes.
We are talking about this picture, and my sister, Mera Makhaha, is saying, is asking you, where do we find this information that former Minister Nkabinde made the utterances just that you have referred to now?
Yes.
Or rather that he supported
Yes,
the Katomena team.
Mr. Mayema, if you go to 1A, 145.
1A,
145, yes.
1.5.
145,
Oh,
which is the same
145.
article, yes.
The next page.
Yes, yes. Are
I'm
you
there, Councillor.
Now, if you see the let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 paragraph from the bottom. After the line, the saga has been widely politicized.
I am the
Now,
chairperson.
after that, it starts with Police Minister Natim Teto. Can you read that?
Police Minister Natim Tetwa and the new Police Commissioner Ria Piecha appear to have squared up against ex-Commissioner Bekikele after he expressed support for members of the disbanded Ketomena unit by showing up in court.
Yes. And then it continues. There's also another mention there of Minister Cele, or of Commissioner Cele.
Continue reading from where I read, or maybe I should just continue it as it follows.
Yes.
Although publicly distancing themselves from the arrest of the Ketomena 18, Mtetwa and Piecha flew to Durban this week to stamp their authority. A police department source said they came to Durban to show who is boss. Cele's move is believed to have caused consternation within the ANC, which earlier this week issued a statement commending the arrest of the Ketomena 18.
Yes. Thank you.
And maybe, Chairperson, just to say, at the time, it was only 18 officials that were arrested. Initially, the arrest happened in two phases. He first arrested, the police first arrested the 18. Chairperson, when I'm saying we arrested, I have no powers to arrest. I'm a prosecutor with prosecuting authority. But the police arrested on the 20th of June, first 18 SVC members. And
I'm
the
not
rest.
sure where you are. I think you must wait for Advocate Ngcukaitobi to lead you, Tete Maema, because you are now moving from where we were. I know you know this case very well, but you've just been on a particular paragraph, and we were trying to verify a few things, and the issue relating to the context, excuse me, in relation to that picture that we looked at
1A359.
1A, no, wait a minute, let me finish. At
My apologies.
1A-144. It is that picture showing former minister at court. And this is why we came to where we are now, where council is taking us to 1A-145 with that extract.
Yes.
Confirming that former Minister Cele supported the Ketomena team.
Indeed, Chairperson.
Yes.
So
no.
I'm saying wait for council to lead you. Otherwise you're going to confuse our line of understanding this evidence.
My apologies, Chairperson.
Don't run ahead of him, please.
Yes.
I know you are a prosecutor, but you have counsel in front of you.
Thank you, Chairperson. It is the 18 that drew me. I will restrain
No,
myself.
don't explain yourself, Mr. Mayor. It's
Just
okay.
please
Once you've
restrain
apologized,
yourself.
it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor.
If we go to 1A-146 on the same theme. (146), yes, it's just the following page. Once we are on the theme of Minister Cele publicly supporting. That is what Madam Ramachakha had asked. That's what we are trying to answer. Yes. Now, If you go to that page, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paragraph from the top. What does that say?
It starts with Cele defended his decision to support the beleaguered corps this week, saying he was doing so as an ordinary member of the public.
Yes. We've gone to 3 paragraphs where it's stated that Mr. Former Commissioner Cele publicly supported the decision. Is that correct?
That is correct,
Yes.
Chairperson.
No. So will that...
Councillor, sorry, I missed that. 1A, 146?
Yes,
were you-
1A, 146.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's the 8th paragraph from the top. It starts with Cele defended his decision.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you. So is that the sort of publicity to the support you were referring to?
Indeed, Chairperson, that is the support that I am referring to.
All right. Thank you. Could we move then from this part of the public show of support by Minister Cele and go back to your statement? We've covered both the Sunday Times and the Sunday Independent publications. And in your statement, we are at paragraph 48, which is 1/13. You've got that?
I'm there,
Yes.
Chairperson.
We can skip paragraph 48. It's not adding any new fact into the following page, which is 49.
Which is paragraph 49.
Yes, paragraph 49. Now, that's now telling us formally how you got involved into the case.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Just take us through that.
Chairperson, following these publications in the Sunday Times that we just referred to, on the 8th of March 2012, a representative of the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, IPED, met with senior officials of the NPA and reported that they, together with the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, the DPCI, were investigating numerous cases involving the death caused by police officers attached to the Ketomena unit. Now, when we refer to senior officials of the NPA, we are referring to acting NDPP Advocate Jiba, who was with Advocate Musing, the head of special products in her office. They are the ones that had a meeting on the 8th of March 2012 with representatives of the DPCI as well as those of the IPED, the Independent Police Investigative Directorate. In that meeting, they indicated that more than 50 dockets were under investigation and that in a number of those matters, the investigations had reached an advanced stage and required prosecutorial direction. Chairperson, you're talking about prosecutorial direction, you're talking about prosecutor-guided investigation was what was required. It was explained that the matter was being treated as urgent at a national level and that a coordinated prosecutorial response, PGI, that I referred to, prosecutor-guided investigation, was required. This is explained in the affidavit of Advocate Anthony Musing, the then head of special products in the office of the National Director of Public Prosecutions. I understand that his affidavit is before the inquiry in the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture in the public sector, including organs of state, the State Capture Commission, which was chaired by
Well, I think all of us know who chaired the Zondo Commission.
Yes.
But you attended that meeting of the 8th of March 2012, correct?
Chairperson, I was not at the meeting of the 8th of March.
Yes.
I attended the next meeting on the 9th of March.
9th of March, sorry.
Yes.
You were told about the meeting on the
I was
8th,
Indeed, Chairperson.
and then you were invited on the 9th.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now, we've already covered paragraph 50, 51, and 52. Those were the documents from Jackie Lepinka as well as Advocate Jiba.
Indeed, Chairperson.
Yes. And then we also covered paragraph 53, which was the email from Advocate Smith SC.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. So I would like to go straight to 56, which is why was it necessary that the prosecution team comprises of prosecutors from outside KwaZulu-Natal? Can you explain that?
Chairperson, can I take it from paragraph 55 at the bottom of page 15
As you please.
or 1-15? As explained to me by my former DPP, Advocate Johan Smith SC, and Major General Mabula, who at the time was the provincial head of DPCI in the Northwest, and a member of the a lead member of the investigating team appointed by the DPCI in January 2012 to investigate the Ketomena unit. The decision to constitute a prosecution team drawn from provinces outside KwaZulu-Natal was taken following concerns that were raised by the then acting DPP KZN Advocate Simpiwe Mlojwa. These concerns were raised in a discussion that Advocate Simpiwe Mlojwa had with Major General Mabula at the police headquarters in KZN.
Yes, thank you very much.
And you were informed about that discussion by...
General Mabula, who's the head of the DPCI team, then informed me about this discussion.
Yes. Thank you. And then I want to move, you've already touched upon this, but just to confirm whether paragraph 57.1 up to 57.6 accurately reflect the members of the prosecution team.
Chairperson, it does. It has a list of prosecutors who were members of the prosecution team.
Yes.
I am at paragraph 57.1. Myself as a Deputy Director of Prosecutions in the Northwest Division. Advocate Matenjwa, the same capacity, but as a Deputy Director in the South Gauteng Division. Advocate Chauke's office, who was the core team leader. And now the balance of the team, Advocate Mahlubi Ntlakaza, Advocate Jabu Mlojwa, Advocate Pumeza Fuchani, as well as Advocate Patience Muleko, were senior state advocates, all in the office of the DPP South Gauteng, the office of Advocate Chauke.
Just tell me, I understood somewhere in the evidence that there was an advocate Mlojwa from the Free State who was part of the prosecution team.
Advocate Jabu Mlojwa, who's mentioned in 5.7, was a senior state advocate in Advocate Chauke's office, the DPP office South Gauteng.
Pardon, where is 5.7?
57.4.
Yeah, 57.4.
My apologies.
I beg your pardon?
57.4 on
Yes.
page 16. Advocate J.J. Mlojo, who's referred there as a senior state advocate based at South Gauteng Division, applied for a deputy post in Free State and got the deputy post. But at the time when he started with us in the team on the 9th of March, he was still a senior state advocate in the DPP office in South Gauteng. What I'm saying is that he later got a post of a deputy in the DPP office in the Free State.
And then he continued in the team.
He continued in the team, yes. Just like I had continued in the team from the Northwest.
All right. Madam Chair, I'm going to say to the witness again to keep the answer to the question. I know you've done that job, and I don't want to do it on your behalf.
Yes,
but can I ask for
Advocate
permission
Mayema.
to just remind the witness to answer the question I've asked?
Please, Advocate Mayema, I'm sure you do the same thing when you lead witnesses as a senior prosecutor. Don't be ahead of anyone.
I apologize,
You are a
Chairperson.
witness, and you have a team in front of you who called you to testify. It will also help us so that we are not all over the show. Because you only got your papers this morning, and we paging through, and we've been referred to bundles, and you explained from one bundle to another. So just let counsel to lead you, please.
I apologize.
Yes, thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. So just
Profusely.
yeah. Thank you. Just to go back then to the list at 57.1 to 57.2. So as I understand, one person came from the Northwest, being yourself. The rest came from the South Gauteng division. Mr. Mlochwa was initially in South Gauteng, went to the Free State, but continued in the team as a Free Stater now, no longer as a South Gautenger.
That is correct, Chairperson.
All right, thank you very much. Now, paragraph 58 reaffirms what we looked at paragraph 56 around the justification for getting outsiders to be involved. Can you just expand on that?
Paragraph 68 refers to
5.8.
5.8, yes, 58. All members of the prosecution team being experienced prosecutors drawn from outside KwaZulu-Natal to ensure independence, objectivity, and public confidence in the investigation and any ensuing prosecution.
Yes. I mean, I think the reason I'm asking this question is just to get the context of the bringing of outsiders into a province, because this is exclusively made by people from outside, and the explanation you give here is independence and objectivity and public confidence. And why would that be the case or not be the case in the context of KZN prosecutors?
I follow, Chairperson.
Yes.
What happened, Chairperson, was the discussion that General Mabula had with the then acting DPP of KZN, Advocate Simpiwe Mlojo. It was on the basis of staff in the office of the DPP KZN having worked closely with members of Ketomena in other matters that a view was held that perhaps an independent mind should bear on those matters, and prosecutors from outside KZN should be asked to come in and consider these dockets.
Yes.
Well, you say that at paragraph 56. I think he read it in at paragraph 56 of your affidavit.
Yes.
So that may be read in conjunction with paragraph 58.
Thank you, Chairperson.
I'm asking you.
Yes, that's the close working relationship that I refer to safeguard the integrity of the investigation and the independence thereof. In any subsequent steps that would follow, whether a prosecution or a nollie, it was considered very prudent that a team from outside the province should come in to bear on the or to apply their minds to issues arising from those incidents, from those dockets.
Now, there have previously been, in this inquiry, reference to the prosecutions of the police arising from the Marikana incident in the Northwest. It was referenced by Advocate Noko. How was that handled in relation to this need for objectivity?
The Marikana prosecution as well, Chairperson, was dealt with by prosecutors outside the Northwest.
Yes.
It was, there was a team that was put together that also considered the dockets in the incidents relating to the Marikana incident.
Yes. Thank you very much. All right. So now we are at paragraph 59, where a meeting on the 9th of March 2012 is held, which you attended. Correct?
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. Where was this meeting?
This meeting was held at the VGM head office in the boardroom of the NDPP.
Who attended the meeting?
I attended the meeting.
Yes.
Advocate Chauke was present. The acting NDPP, Advocate Ngcukaitobi was present. General Mabula was present, who was the head of the DPCI at the time, or the DPCI team, as well as Mr. Glenn Engers, who was the head of the iPad team.
Yes. What was discussed in that meeting?
At this meeting, we were informed about this incident involving police and the killings in KZN. On the 8th of March, some dockets were handed to Advocate Musing, the head of a... Oh, Advocate Musing was also present. Dockets that were handed to him the previous day, that he read overnight, were then handed to us as a prosecution team who would now take charge of analyzing those dockets and ensuring that there is a prosecutor-guided investigation.
Now, earlier you referred to 50 dockets that were initially the subject of this investigation. That is at paragraph 49, where you say that the DPCI indicated that more than 50 dockets were under investigation. Correct?
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. And then when you met on the 9th, how many dockets? 9th of March 2012, how many dockets were you dealing with?
Advocate Musing gave us a few, 6 to 8 dockets.
What, per person or just a sample?
No, he gave us individually, there were 6 dockets that were handed to him the previous day.
I see.
That were then handed over to us to consider, together with the rest of the dockets that we would look at later in KZN.
Now, what I'm asking is...
I beg your pardon. The question is how many dockets were handed in, and he says 6 dockets together with other dockets.
I said 6 to 8 dockets
6 to 8 dockets
were handed to us by the Advocate Musing.
together with?
Now, what we did was
No, you said together with other dockets. You just clarify that point because it's making it difficult to follow. Council asked you how many dockets were you handed to you. Just tell us how many dockets.
6 to 8 dockets were handed to us.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, well, yes. So in the meeting itself, how many dockets were there?
In the meeting, reference was made to dockets, and when the meeting concluded, Advocate Musing handed to me those 6 to 8 dockets.
Oh, so, okay, I see what you mean. So
Yes.
Advocate Musing gave you about 6 to 8 dockets?
Yes.
Okay. To do what with them?
To consider them and apply prosecutor-guided investigations.
And these were dockets from Nkcukaitobi?
These were dockets from incidents arising from Nkcukaitobi.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Advocate Nkcukaitobi, don't leave us behind. Always keep in mind that we haven't read.
Yes.
We haven't had a chance. Is it 68 dockets or 6 to 8 dockets?
Well, I think explain that because I could also be confused.
Chairperson, 6 to 8 dockets were handed to us by Advocate Musing on the 9th of March after the meeting.
And that answer came after Advocate Ngcukaitobi started his question by saying at paragraph
49.
49 you referred to 50 dockets.
More than 50 dockets.
More than 50 dockets. And now you say you were handed up 6 to 8 dockets. What happened to the other 42 or the 6 to 8 dockets were different dockets from the 50 that you were told about emanating from the meeting of the 8th?
The 6 to 8 dockets were the ones that were handed to Advocate Musing on the previous day. So what then happened was they then were handed over to me to consider. Now we consider those together with other dockets that we then considered when we traveled to KZN later.
Perhaps the answer lies at paragraph 49 in the middle, where if you can look at Council, that sentence, I think the second sentence, they indicated that more than 50 dockets were under investigation, and that in a number of those matters, the investigations had reached an advanced stage and required urgent prosecutorial directive. Could it be that they then took out 6 to 8 dockets that they believed required urgent prosecutorial directives and handed them to you at the meeting of the 9th of March? Could that be the reason?
No, that is not the reason, Chairperson. What I'm saying is the 6 to 8 dockets that were handed to Advocate Musing the previous day was part of the dockets that we had, part of the more than 50 dockets that we had to consider and apply PGI. So 6 to 8 were handed to us after that meeting. And when we then proceeded...
Wait a minute.
My apologies.
Trying to deal with this point at paragraph 59, where reference is made to 50 dockets, and at paragraph 58, as we deal with paragraph 58, is that, or rather, the last question, 59, Council was asking you about those dockets, and he said how many dockets were handed to you at the meeting of the 9th, and he said 6 to 8 dockets, correct?
That is correct, Chairperson.
And my sister is now taking you back to paragraph 49 and said at paragraph 49 you spoke of 50 dockets, more than 50 dockets that were under investigation.
That is correct, Chairperson.
And I'm trying to say to you, perhaps the reason, and correct me if I'm wrong, perhaps the reason why you were only given 6 to 8 dockets at the meeting of the 9th of March and not more than 50 dockets is because those 6 to 8 dockets could have been investigated and had reached an advanced stage that required you to make an urgent prosecutorial directives, as is written at paragraph 49.
Chairperson, my response is 6 to 8 dockets were given to us on that day. We looked, those dockets, they were given to us. We took them and we are going to read them. But there were more than 50 dockets that we considered, which means the 6 to 8 that was given to Advocate Mosing were not ripe yet. We identified investigations to be done in those dockets. And as we proceeded to KZN, we read more other dockets in addition to the 6 to 8 that was given to us.
Could I
Maybe
ask?
let me just, yeah. I also want to see whether this can be clarified for my own understanding. When one looks at paragraph 49, it makes reference to an indication that there were about more than 50 dockets. So it's not the physical dockets being present, it would appear at the meeting. But as they hold a meeting, and as you were informed by Ndate Mabula, is it this meeting that you did not attend? Yes. Then you,
The meeting of the 9th, I did attend.
okay. Yes. There's an indication, like in any other meeting where I can say we have about 100 dockets. And then at the next meeting, when the dockets get dished up, they bring a few of those dockets, which could be the 6 to 8 or the 7 to 6 or whatever. But that does not imply that the other dockets were left out. But at the time when they held a meeting previously, they mentioned that there is about more than 50 dockets that are in existence. Is that the correct understanding? If
That-
not, please just modify it.
That is
so
a
that we
correct
can
understanding, Co-Chairperson. What I'm saying is, on that day, at the conclusion of the meeting,
No, it's enough to say it's a correct understanding.
thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Could I ask you to move to paragraph 64? That seems to be the first time when all of this 50 is then handed over to you.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Just explain that. You said that in relation to the 6 or 8, you took the view that they were not ripe for prosecution.
Indeed, Chairperson.
Okay. And then you move from the 9th. It's not clear from the statement when exactly you went to KwaZulu-Natal, but you say you attended the first meeting in Durban. Do you have a date?
The first meeting when we went to Durban was the 27th, the week of the 27th to the 1st of June 2012.
Yes. All right. Well, then you'll have to
No,
explain.
no, the 27th of May to the 1st of June 2012, yes.
No, that's fine. You'll have to explain the gap between the 9th of March and the 27th of May, because then you were given these dockets, you studied them, they are not ripe, and then what
Yes.
happened during the April period before you jump into May?
What happens is, remember I had certain matters to round off in the Northwest.
Yes.
So I joined the team on the 27th of May to the 1st of June. But the team went to Durban prior to the 27th of May. In my absence, they went to, under the leadership of Advocate Matenjo.
Yes. Yes.
Because what happened, Chairperson, after the 9th of March, I don't want to run ahead of myself. We had a meeting on the 12th of March as a prosecution team.
Yes.
And then we formulated a strategy. I indicated my unavailability, and Advocate Matenjo would then take charge. And they proceeded to go to Durban, whilst I was rounding off the the matters that I had pending in the Northwest.
Yes,
So
no,
I only joined them on the 27th of May after they had already commenced perusing some of the dockets and guiding the investigation.
no, that's fine. That's the gap I was asking you to fill, but thank you.
Yes.
So paragraph 64 refers to your attendance in KZN on the 27th of May 2012.
That is correct, Chairperson.
Yes. So what happened there is that you were now presented with the 50 plus dockets. And then what did you do with those dockets?
Chairperson, what happened then is we would then peruse the dockets, the more than 50 dockets that were presented, peruse the docket, guide them, and guide the investigation towards getting them ripe for decisions to be made. We would review the contents of the docket, and having looked at the dockets over a period of time, the more than 50, we then identified 23 dockets, 23 murder dockets involving 28 deceased persons, in which killings by Ketomena unit appeared to have been unjustified.
Can you just explain in relation to the other dockets that were given to you, what was the basis for giving those dockets to you, and what was the basis for you saying this should not be proceeded with?
Chairperson, what we did was we did a, what do you call it, sifting. We looked at those dockets. There are cases that are referred to as dead cases, where there is somebody that passed on, but it is difficult to ascertain what happened, who can be ascribed to have caused the death of the deceased. But on the 23 dockets, it was dockets that we felt we are able to make headway as to who may be held responsible for the deceased death. So from the more than 50, we worked on the 23 and said, these are the 23 in respect of which we are of the view that there is a prima facie case for a decision to prosecute to be made.
Yes, thank you. So you're saying for the, let's say, 27 that you discarded or whittled down, there were dead people there killed at the instance of the police.
That is correct, Chairperson.
But you did not think there was enough evidence to identify the killers and to charge them with offenses.
Exactly, Chairperson.
Yes. Okay. And so the 23 was really after a thorough process of whittling down the wheat from the chaff.
That is correct, Chairperson. We did the guiding of the investigation. Yes. I don't want to give a long answer. Yes, the 23 are the ones we of the view that there is merit, a prima facie case can be made out that points to who would be responsible for the deceased death.
Yes. Can you just explain the process through which you came to these conclusions? The reason I ask is because in this case you've already seen the de Kock report. Yes. In this case, Advocate Chauke, you've also seen the terms of reference.
Yes.
Advocate Chauke is being told that you supported wrongfully the prosecution in 23 of these dockets when there was no evidence.
Might I interpose here before you get to the terms of reference?
Yes.
We're going to take a few minutes adjournment.
Yes.
Advocate Nkcukaitobi.
Yes.
We need to stretch our legs.
Yes, thank you.
May we adjourn for just about 10-15 minutes and reconvene at 4:30.
Thank you.